Chris here from AV.technology. I'm here on the Sonos stand with Zanis, whose product. Mark, you tell me who you are, Zanis, and we'll go from there.
I lead product marketing for Sonos for a professional division.
Great. So I'm talking to the absolutely correct, appropriate person. So thanks, Oliver, for that. I guess it's been an interesting journey. From an interested kind of observer, Sonos has gone from, I don't know, like a digital jukebox to now sort of starting to really make inroads in the commercial sphere. Like, do you want to just tell us a little bit about that story and frame that for me?
Yeah, so it's actually really interesting. We've found that Sonos was showing up organically in commercial environments. Hundreds of thousands of businesses, we've seen them, have been putting Sonos in, and that was, again, organically. We didn't do any marketing to them. We didn't put any effort into it. It was just people that had these systems at home. They loved the sound, they loved the product, and they said, well, I have this business. I want to put that same sound and those same products in there. And so we thought, what if we put our energy and the attention to detail that everyone loves about Sonos into a product designed specifically for commercial? And so that's kind of the inroads that we've been making, and that's why we launched Era 100 Pro.
Yeah, right. But it's also, Sonos is like, there's some real innovation going on. Like the way that you can easily install your product, I guess using, category cable and, so do you want to just tell me, I guess, sort of some of that behind the scenes engineering grunt work that sort of gave you a little bit of an edge there?
Sure. Yeah, so, I mean, Sonos, whether you're talking about consumer or residential or professional or commercial, whatever it is, at the heart of Sonos, it has to be simple. It has to be easy. And so we take that lens with everything we do. And so with Era 100 Pro, what we saw was electrical outlets and AC mains are a challenge in commercial. And so these people were making these consumer products working, but it wasn't optimized for their needs. And so we thought PoE is that perfect solution for commercial environments. You don't need to hire a certified electrician. Integrators can easily run low voltage cable. And so with that, we found that Era 100 Pro could solve a lot of those issues. But the challenge with PoE is that it's low voltage, which means less power. And so traditionally PoE speakers are used in corporate education environments because you don't need that high fidelity, high musicality. And so our DSP engineers and our audio team put a ton of effort into making sure that it is a PoE speaker, but it sounds like our consumer speaker in terms of quality.
Right. So that's, if you had to sort of pick a key like USP for your gear that makes it, like, gives it a technical edge, would you say that it's the work you've done in making sort of the PoE sound good?
I mean, PoE is definitely part of it. I think that if I had to boil it down to one thing, I'd say Era 100 Pro is our first solution designed for the professional space. Everything was meant with the integrator in mind, from the professional grade mount to the new zones feature to PoE. It's category exclusive. So all of that is like, that's the unique thing, is that this is our first offering for this space.
Okay. So are the commercial installers, are they finding you? Like, is it almost like a new cohort of installers out there who are like installing your speakers and who may not have been traditional AV installers?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing that we're seeing going on. There are definitely some that have never worked with us before because they thought, well, Sonos is consumer, I'm commercial, they don't mix. So we are bringing a lot of interest from that group in. But we're also seeing a lot of interest on the residential side from residential dealers and distributors and integrators who thought, commercial's too complicated for me. I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to stick with residential. And now, because this is a more simplified setup, they're able to start crossing over and getting into that space.
So to talk specifically about the Era 100, what other aspects of it are sort of pitched at commercial? I mean, you've touched on a number, but do you want to just go into a little more depth?
Sure. So the surface mount, it's weird to talk about an accessory, a surface mount, but the team puts so much attention to detail in it. It truly is impressive. And so it has a hook on the back, and so it enables it to be installed on the ceiling, horizontally, upside down, in any orientation. It can be mounted on any surface, drywall, brick, masonry, wood, you name it. There's different cable routing options. It can be through surface, exposed cabling. If you're, again, on brick, we know it's hard to drill through. It has an index ball mechanism inside, which, again, it sounds a little nerdy, but when you think about commercial environments where you're having 10, 20, 30 speakers, you want them all to be at the exact same angle. And traditionally, you might have had to take out a laser leveler and step back and see, is it right? With the ball mechanism, you can now know there's audible clicks. 2 clicks down, 3 to the left, everything stays intact and it's at the exact same angle.
And you don't get the droopy speaker thing.
Exactly. I mean, gravity always wins, but at the end of the day, it's really hard to fight an index ball mechanism.
Yeah. So what's been the reception you've got for this product?
So far, it's been great. Everyone's super excited that we've talked to in the booth and with our dealers. They've been super excited about it. We've already won a couple awards for it. And so I think it's when you hear it, the quality it's just, you're not expecting it from what you've traditionally heard with a PoE speaker. And so
as far as like reassurances to the commercial market, like, the commercial market often expects, different levels of, I guess, support than, say, resi retail. Is there anything you can say on that front as far as reassuring the commercial market about support?
Sure. I mean, in general, Sonos has a very high standard for quality. I think over 90% of all of our products that we've ever made are still in use and in market today, whether it's consumer or residential. I know commercial's obviously a little different from consumer. They tend to get beat up a little bit more, but we put that same amount of quality and attention to detail in. From a warranty perspective, again, this is a professional grade product, so it does have a different warranty. It's our first product with a 3-year warranty, which we know is a lot more in line. And then we do have dedicated support staff for our professional products as well.
And finally, Zanis, is it the start of something? Is it a start of a range? Are we going to see more commercial product?
I'm not able to comment on future roadmap. I'm sure that's not a surprise.
But it's worth a try.
I know.
It would be easy to infer that this is the start of something.
You're welcome to infer that. I'll say this. I lead product marketing for professional at Sonos. I would imagine if this was the last product in our portfolio, I wouldn't have a job.
Well, we want you to have a job, and I'm grateful for your time, so thanks for catching up with us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.